All-American Prepper coming at you from the bunker. Just want to do a little talk about side hustles, and I'm open for ideas, by the way. Uh, so I'm just going to start. I'm just going to get straight to the point. Uh, one of my side hustles is I got the receipt around here somewhere, but I bought a trailer hitch for the van. Someone donated money, and hey, what's up, Ashton? So someone donated money to put a trailer hitch on the van because they knew that I want to do some commercial fishing, and I have a buddy with a boat. He has everything. He just has no vehicle. So someone found out about that. He needs money, and I need money. So they introduced us to each other and donated money to get a trailer hitch put on. Hey, thank you. To get a trailer hitch put on to the van. So now we will be doing some commercial fishing, and I actually enjoy that. I love commercial fishing. It's really fun, and you can make a lot of money doing that. Now, the downside is you have to have things. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate you. I'm sorry if I miss anybody. I'm just trying to do the best I can. But feeling a little under the weather. Had a rough night last night, man. Ooh, PTSD is a beast. So that is a great side hustle. There's several ways of doing it. One, if we've been blessed, okay, I have a way to pull the boat. Had someone donate the money to get the hitch all hooked up. Little Miss Prepper arranged all that one yesterday or today?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Had all that arranged. So we're just waiting for the hitch to come in so they can install it. And as soon as they install it, I'm going over to my buddy's house and hooking up to his boat. And we are going to get out there and throw some cast nets and make some money. That's a good side hustle. And with this economy the way it is, man, everyone needs a side hustle. So it is what it is. And it's going to help my buddy out too, because he has a family. And I love eating fish that I caught, cause two reasons. I try to fish out of good, clean water. So that way I know the fish that I'm getting are coming out of clean water. Because around here, some of these lakes, pits, whatever you want to call them, they, some of the fish got a taste to them. I don't, that's just not good. I don't think that's healthy. But I know which lakes that the fish don't have a taste to them. Now, there's probably chemicals in there that you can't see, smell, nor taste. I'm probably pretty sure of that. But I'm not going to target bottom eating fish because usually, the catfish, usually the fish that don't have scales, the bottom eaters, those are usually the most pollution built up in them. Fish with scales have less pollution because they eat and they ingest the pollution and all, and it builds up. But when they die, they sink to the bottom, and the bottom feeders eat them, and that's pretty much all they eat. So that toxicness builds up in scaleless fish. I think there's a reason why, the Bible back in the day, does say in there somewhere to, to only eat fish with scales on it. And the Bible's always right. I can't argue with that, nor would I even attempt to. I'm So that's a great side hustle. Also, you can sell the fish at the fish market. You can do that. But what I found out is while you're fishing, talk to people. Some people hang out, at the boat ramps and whatnot, and they do that hoping to buy some fish, some fresh fish from someone. And once you get it set up to where you got enough people buying the fish directly from you, you'll make more money because they're paying you retail, to where if you're selling at the fish market, you're selling it at wholesale. And also, I'm old Southern country boy, and I love smoked mullet, ocean or freshwater, both. We are going to. It's whatever we feel like that day. Uh, I like going to the ocean and catching mullet because I love smoked mullet. And down here, a big one, big white igloo coolers, the big ones. And he'll have the whole bed of that truck full of the coolers that are full of mullet that he had just smoked, and then he goes sets up on the side of the road and sells them for $25 a piece. And I'll go there, and I average about 4 hours later, I pass back by that way, and he's already sold out. And if you do the math on that, that's a lot of money. I'm not sure how many mullet that one of those coolers will hold, but I know they'll hold quite a bit. And there is a little bit of work, in the smoking process and all, but I, for years, we lived without refrigeration. For years. So, and I don't waste no food. Ever. Because I have been truly hungry. So, the smoked mullet, $25 a piece, that guy's making a lot of money.
Yeah, he is.
That's a lot of money. And that's 2 days work. You ride down, you catch the mullet, you bring them home, you prep them, you smoke them, you put them in the coolers to keep them warm, and you go set up somewhere and you sell them for $25 a piece, and you can't keep enough. I mean, they sell like crazy down here. I mean, and that is one of the best tasting fish. I mean, I would travel the ends of the earth for some smoked mullet. And that's facts. So, I'm sure I'm going to be eating a lot of that. I'm going to be catching my own food, which that saves you a lot of money when you're providing your own groceries. So just fishing for food, that's a good idea, and you'll save money. And if you're fishing, you know where the fish come from. Because a lot of this, like, for instance, tilapia, we call it Nile perch down here. Us old country boy rednecks, we call them Nile perch. And, man, it's easy. Some cast nets and catch a lot of weight. And with the tilapia, I'll probably smoke some and all, and eat it myself. But most of them we're going to sell at the fish market until we get enough customers that'll just buy them straight from us. So that's a good way of doing it, and it's actually fun. So, and if y'all have any side hustles that you can think of that's easy to do, you know, feel free to put it in the chat. I mean, that's what we're here for. I mean, this video is about side hustles. Also, don't underestimate social media. I mean, I pretty much, well, I was. I pretty much was, send me a super chat and I will. Well, somebody's wanting me to dance. Well, if I offer a service, I expect to get paid for it.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, the girls where I work, they get paid, for dancing. They don't do it for free. Why should I? So, I mean, you could super chat me, and then everyone else can watch for free. Kind of like this round's on you. Not a fan of ocean fishing unless it's from a pier. Went on a charter boat once and was so sick I couldn't even cast out a line. I've been there. Hey, Bushcraft rebooted and said hey.
Hi.
Yeah, I made the mistake of that happened to me too. I was down in the Keys, and this is when I used to drink. I don't drink alcohol anymore because I'm just going to be honest with you. I can't handle my liquor. I'm not a nice guy when I'm drinking, so I just don't drink. I don't have no problem with me when I'm drinking. It's just everyone else does. So, hey, Aaron Scott. So I just don't drink, and it's a waste of money. It really is. And I don't smoke cigarettes. It's a waste of money. It really is. If you add up how much money you spend on cigarettes, you know, like I have people that want to man up and be my financial advisors, and but yet, you're sitting there smoking, and I'm like, how am I going to take financial advice from you when you're spending money on cigarettes, man? That's a waste. So, well, there's a lot of people, it's kind of tight. Yeah, coffee. Coffee is another very expensive habit.
Especially going out and getting coffee.
Yeah, especially going out and getting coffee. Now, my wife, she is so religious that she believes. No, don't throw no hate or no shade or nothing, okay? But she believes coffee is a drug because it has caffeine in it, and she compares it to other plants that are grown and processed, and that, let's just face it, are bad. And she's a very religious woman, and I'm more coffee for me, right? But I had, when my mom passed away, my mom, she was quite a hoarder, she had some coffee, but I was saddened when I drank the last of it up. Yeah, maybe, man. Maybe, for some people, drinking may be okay, but for me, no. No. Like I said, I'm just going to be honest. I'm as transparent as I could be on this channel. And I'm just an ass when I drink. and I don't like being an ass, and I don't even know it, but it is what it is. I don't know why alcohol makes me mean, but it does. I'm not sure why that is, but I get rather mean, so I just would rather not. Like I said, that's just proof. I just can't hold my liquor, or I wouldn't be an ass. I have other guys, that we ride motorcycles together, and like me, there's a couple of them. They're not allowed to drink when we're out riding because they can't hold their liquor. When they start drinking, they start being asses, and we're just not dealing with that. And not only that, we're on motorcycles, man. That's dangerous. I mean, it's dangerous to get on a motorcycle anyhow. But to add alcohol to it, that's just a recipe for disaster. And, I've been riding motorcycles since I was 15 years old. I was the only kid that rode a Harley to middle school, because I've been affiliated with MC clubs ever since I was 14 years old. And, I got entered. My aunt, which she watches the channel a lot, Aunt Junebug, hopefully you'll see this, but she introduced me to these guys are the real deal, okay? And I'm not going to throw their no club names out there, okay? But I have a lot of respect. I respect all clubs. I got no problem with nobody, not really. I mean, people may have a problem with me, but I ain't got a problem with nobody. I mean, if somebody's got a problem with me, they need to check themselves because I've done nothing to nobody. So, I pretty much keep to myself. I get on here on YouTube and I may say a little bit too much, and then everybody holds me to it like I'm preaching the gospel or something. When it's like, it's just YouTube, bro. Come on. I mean, lighten up. There is a world out there besides just YouTube. YouTube is a great place to come, and if you're like me, kind of antisocial, and it's like, when you work as a bouncer for a long time and around all those people and everything, that's the last thing you want to do on your free time is be around people. And when I'm working security, I know where I stand. I know that there's people in the crowd that will hurt me if they had a chance to. So, a lot of people, I'm not comfortable in a crowd at all. But if I'm head of security and I got a team there, well, then I'm rather confident on my abilities. Because, I've been bouncing since I was a kid. And, I'm not a badass by no means. I've been in a fight or two. And a lot of it is a de-escalation, verbal judo. So that's another side hustle is working as a bouncer. Because the turnover rate, you'd be surprised. We go through a lot of bouncers, so there's almost always someone hiring bouncers. And if you do that job and then you find out you're just not, cut for that kind of, yeah, good. You got to have a good temperament, You got to practice your verbal judo, and because I've seen the stupidest, littlest incidents escalate into some really bad situations. So you just try to stop it from the get-go. And also, when you're working as a bouncer, your skills will be tested. You cannot conquer an irrational person with rationality. So there will be times that you do have to put hands on. And, a drunk thinks he can fight 4,000 times better than he can. But what's treacherous, though, is now you never know. You never know that little skinny 95-pound dude sitting over there is a freaking third-degree black belt in jiu-jitsu, and it will train wreck you. You never know. So look for warning signs. Somebody's got them all muckled up ears. I recommend leaving them alone, because all that cauliflower ears, they aren't that. Okay, baby, can you come over here and help me read? I'm trying to get your comment. I need her to help me read that. I'm getting old. I can't read that little
Ghost
print.
Man?
Yeah.
Don't hear much about...
Loud, baby. You're never loud enough.
Don't hear much about those hurricane victims, but they're still struggling out in the cold now and can't get no help from the government because they're told they're out of funds.
See, that's so sad. All that money that we sent to all these other countries, and here we got Americans struggling. That's just not right, That's why I'm a big advocate of, not turning in my tips. But now you don't have to, is what I heard. I heard that since Trump got elected that you don't have to pay taxes on tips. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I'll have to research that.
If your tips are...
Speak up.
If your tips are through a card, like they have it as a debit, credit card, or whatever, yes, your tips need to be taxed.
Well, I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah?
Those, yes. Other ways, no.
Oh, okay. Well, I always get tipped in cash, and I get tipped by customers. I get tipped by the girls, and they, I take care of them. They call me dad because I'm old enough to be their dad, old enough to be some of them's granddad. And I'm just not like most guys, I'm not there for the women, I'm there because it's a job. A lot of times when I'm working, I'll hear people say, "Man, I wish I had your job," and I'm like, "No, you don't," because being a bouncer, you're literally just a glorified babysitter.
Oh, and there was one people that would say, what would you do if you were not working right now?
Yeah, people ask me, because, man, that club, from 7 o'clock at night till 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm on my feet the whole time. And, I'll have people ask me, "Hey, well, what would you be doing if you weren't working right now?" And my answer is, my rear end would be at home in bed with my wife. That's where I would be. I don't go to clubs and places like that to have fun. I don't call that fun. I don't get it. I mean, I'm not hating on it. I mean, that's paid my bills and fed me and all, and I made money doing that kind of work. But the club life, that's just not the life for me. I'd rather go to church, really. If I want to socialize, I'll just go to church and socialize with people that's not been drinking and wanting to fight, and just don't have to deal with the drama. So, what's this here?
Matter of fact, instead, they're getting offers of people wanting to buy their land for next to nothing.
See, that's sad. And they're catching people at a time when it's like they're between a rock and a hard place. Like for us, this channel is there's a couple things I'm trying to accomplish with this channel, because if you really do research on this channel, like some people will just, look at just a couple of videos and throw judgment on me and shade and all that. When if you would literally, watch the older videos and stuff, then you'll see what the channel is about. And this channel is about how to survive on little or no money and to help our veterans. And, I, because a lot of my family is Vietnam veterans, I go out of my way to help the Vietnam vets the most. And like my dad taught me a lot when he was alive, he taught me everything he learned from the BC, all the booby traps. And like little Miss Prepper, she's always getting on to me. She's like, walking through here is like walking through a landmine because you got booby traps everywhere. And she's like, and you're forgetful. One day you're going to get your own trap's going to get you. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But those old Vietnam era booby traps are great because they're so simple and they're so easy to make and they're primitive. So there's really like not much to give them away. There's not wiring. There's not, it's made out of the bush, made out of the same materials people are walking through. So obviously anything you do is going to blend in with it. So I do a lot of studying on that. And also another thing I do is I teach. I take on students, and it's usually one or two students at a time. And, I'll train them in what their parents want them to learn. Because they'll bring their kids to me and tell me I want them to learn how to use a knife. And, who's a knife expert? Even a 4-year-old kid knows how to cut a steak. So, and I do teach, knife self-defense and, knife training because they're everywhere, and you just got to get close. And then when you're close, it isn't who has the biggest gun. It literally comes down to who's the craftiest and skill and luck. I've seen it all. Me, I've come to the conclusion that I'll choose luck over skill any day. I mean, I shouldn't say that as an instructor, but I've just been lucky, really, because, like I said, I'm a man, I'm just an average guy, and like not no total badass or anything. And that's what I do. And I've had my ass kicked plenty. When I hear a man tell me I've never had my ass kicked, and I'm just like, man, you're either one badass dude or you can run like hell or very slick with your words, because I just can't comprehend not at least getting in a few scuffles, But times are changing, and now, instead of people getting out there and just scuffling, and grown men, we got there and throw some hands back in the day, and it was all said and done. The person we fought would end up being your best friend, and you knew that they will stand up. So there was a mutual respect. But now, though, these days, these kids, I don't know if it's the video games. I'm not sure what it is, but man, these jokers are quick to grab a weapon. And, I have a motto, and in a lot of situations, especially like in a bouncer environment, the kind of people that shoot people are the ones that can't fight. So that's facts. You know, if someone knows they can throw down and they're like they're gonna get you out there and just wear you out. But most of these kids they don't have enough self discipline to train, so they choose a weapon. And then just one little incident and their life is ruined forever. Forever. Over something so stupid because they don't grasp consequences. So, there's not supposed to be anyone under the age of 18 watching this because this is for adults only, okay? But I know how kids are. Get on these phones and all. And for you kids out there, you need to leave them grown men alone, for one. And for another, the best way to win a fight is to not get into one. I mean, really. And a lot of times, out there hollering and bickering and arguing, and that's just showing how childish you are. It's either you get out there and you dance and you get it over with, and preferably, I can talk to the customer and let them finish their $5 beer, and peacefully handle that situation. That's how a man is supposed to do it, not just jump on somebody or oh, he's an old guy. Let me just manhandle him and try to show off in front of the girls. And I won't hire no one like that, honestly. That's awesome. I'll tell you what. Uh, Noodles Live. That tells me that you're tells me a couple things, because I don't know you personally. All right, but I'm not judging nobody or anything. But just from those comments, one of the things that tells me is that you're very intelligent because, a smart person avoids that stuff. You know, if you're 44 years old and you've never had to use a gun and you've never had to hit anyone, well, that is a talent. That means you're very good at de-escalating. And it also may mean that you're very good about not going to places where that's likely to happen. Also, you know, if you're going out a night on the town at the bar, and I've seen it happen, people are just minding their own business and they're going out just to have a good time, and next thing you know, they're getting attacked and it's because somebody can't handle their alcohol. And I love that Noodle Live. I like that. That's the way to be. And we need more of that. We need more of that in this world. But back to the side hustling. I also personal train. I got a whole playlist of
workout
edge weapon, a whole playlist of knife fighting, of knife training. And my particular system that I use for knife fighting is based on boxing principles. So if you know any kind of boxing, then it will be very easy for you to learn the way I teach with the knife. And like I said, they're everywhere. That's why, when the police interview someone, they try their best to stay out of the kitchen because they know there's knives in there. And a lot of people underestimate a knife. Man, a knife will mess you up real bad very quickly. So that's another side hustle I do. Is I train people and I teach them. If someone pulls a knife on you, if you can run, just get the hell out of there. It is very hard to defend against a knife. If you're empty-handed and someone's coming at you with a knife, man, you're at a disadvantage. So so that's another thing, is find what your talent is and then charge to teach it. Personal training. I'm a certified personal trainer. It's like there's a saying. I'm trying to think of how people say it. I'll think of it in a minute. I've had a few noodles knocked loose. All right, so it takes me a minute. Baby, can you read this for me?
My dad always said if you can't run from a knife, take your shot or.
Short. Shirt.
Oh, no, short.
Okay. I think he meant to say shirt because that's a knife fighting skill that is actually in Europe. That is how
Take
they
your short or jacket off, wrap it around your hand to best defense against a knife.
Yes, you basically in Europe they do that a lot, especially the street gangs. They'll get out there and knife fight. I've seen the videos even on YouTube, and they'll wrap a shirt around one hand and basically use that as a shield. And with the other hand, most of them they're trying to get 3 inches below that left ear. That's where they're trying to target. And I don't know if those videos are still on YouTube or not, but I wouldn't want to fight him because he's damn good. But his way of doing things, little Miss Prepper done took it out.
What?
I was going to get a pot lid.
Oh, yeah.
But this guy, I mean, he will use anything. A pot lid, a lid that goes on a pot. He will use that for a shield. He will use anything around him. That's part of Krav Maga. I have pronunciation problems. Is using everything around you. Baby, I need you to read. Help me out. I don't know what you're doing over there. Come on.
What? I worked with a man who served a knife fight by landing on his back and kicking up in the air. He said the guy couldn't stab him. Maybe he was just lucky.
Lucky, because if I'm in a corner, see, as working security as a bouncer, you don't have the luxury to run. You have to stand there and deal with the problem. You that's your job. You have to deal with it. So, but I teach what everyone throws when someone throws something at you. When they get it back, they're cut. Someone throws a kick at me, I just get them in the leg. Someone throws a swing at me.
Oh, survived.
I'll just the femoral artery in your leg, man, you need to protect that. If that gets cut, you got 3 minutes and it's over. Permanently. And I noticed it because I study a lot of different systems because I like to pick out things that work and interblend it and up my game. But that femoral artery, man, that is that way down here. So if you get knocked down or that artery's right there, man, that's an easy target. And you need to be aware of that yourself. If you knock someone down, protect that artery, baby.
Okay.
Jeez.
Hi from Switzerland.
Hey.
Oh, and then sorry, I'm the worst speller. I'm dyslexic.
No, I bet you ain't worse spelling than me.
We are both bad spellers and dyslexic.
Yeah, you are among friends.
So when we need to spell something, we talk in our phone.
And have our phone.
And hopefully our phone understands us.
Yeah.
And to learn how to see how to spell something.
Mm-hmm. Like, her side hustle is she's a dog groomer. So when she's not grooming at her work, she does mobile grooming sometimes. And that's her side hustle. And she works a lot. You know, she's a good woman, good wife, great provider. And as someone else said, yeah, she does work her fingers to the bones. She's a good woman. And I'm very proud of her. And
Aaron also said, I'm also dyslexic. I write the second letter first a lot. I'm dyslexic with my numbers.
So and I just can't spell.
I can't spell one thing, and then I'm dyslexic with my numbers.
Well, before I had that heat stroke, I could spell, but it's like I lost that part.
Noodle said, same here. The phone helps a lot. Yeah. And then Hit for Gas said, bro.
I don't understand what that means.
I don't know.
I'm not sure what that means. Hit me up for gas. I'm
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dumb.
Yeah, I'm not sure that.
Okay, I'm glad that you are not dyslexic. You have a good thing going for you there. Don't.
Well, let me explain something to you now. With every deficit, there's also a blessing in there. Dyslexic people see things in 3D. Dyslexic people have something like a superpower, man.
Cooking with Mike. With the knife fight, you have to remember, do they hold it with the right way or the wrong way?
Well, there's many different techniques, you know. What a lot of people call you got the classic, commando, where people hold the knife this way. And that's practical. Now, what that holding a knife this way, now the one bad thing about that is it takes reach away. It shortens your reach. But in a good way, though, is you can block with it. And if you hold your knife like this, what am I going to do to that person when they lunge after me?
Take your thumb.
I'm going to cut their thumb clean off.
Right here, because the thumb is visible.
Yeah. So I recommend holding it this way. Because you take someone's thumb and they're probably going to be out of the fight.
Alexis, I love your views and what you have already done in your life. I'm often on your channel. Keep it up. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. I try. I do. I try my best. I put my heart on my sleeve, and what you see is what you get. And, if there's any questions, I will answer them.
Goat says, my father is dyslexic, but then again, I want nothing to do with him for good reasons.
Well, I am sorry to hear that, because that's just sad. I mean, there's a lot of, family issues going around, and I'm sorry to hear that, really.
Frank said, I like the point down, sharp side out.
Yeah, it's a preference. That's another thing. When I train someone and they have a certain technique that comes natural to them, I don't try to untrain them of that. Because what I've learned is, like, for a lot of guys that fight MMA and that box,
Noodle says, is the dagger the best for fighting?
It's really, really it's knowledge and experience and knowing what you're doing.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm not even going to go there. I have daughters, so again, I'm always apologizing for other people, but it is what it is. So, but the side hustle, like I said, I teach edge weapon, and if you got money and you want to get in some hardcore real teaching, we can do that. You can email me, and we can do that on that. What's that thing you got called? Where I can face to face with them that we do lives on.
Oh, StreamYard?
Yeah, yeah. I can literally do StreamYard,
Yeah.
and personally
You
train
can also do it on Zoom.
or Zoom. See, I'm not a tech guy by no means. Okay, I'm just blunt force trauma.
Alexis, I've been to America and would love to come. Would you welcome me?
Absolutely, absolutely, I would. I absolutely would. And hell, it seems like America right now all is welcome. But yeah, I would welcome you. I mean, just hopefully you're here, not to do bad things. But yeah, if you have good intentions, absolutely. We have a beautiful country. This country is.
I bet Switzerland is beautiful too.
Oh,
I've never been, but I would love to travel.
Yeah. See, because right now our goal is, it's weird, how things change, because we thought we would be out of here by now, but we got blessed by a family member.
Yes.
And said, "Y'all are good. You can stay here." Well, so I built a houseboat, and I traded it for a van, and so what we're doing is we're making the van to where we can live in it. So we're basically, going to be living the van life.
Yeah.
And the reason is because rent is so expensive in Florida that there's no way it's like $2,500 just to rent somewhere in a terrible neighborhood.
Hey, Pebbles!
Hey, long time, Pebbles. Long time. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. We're talking about side hustles. If anybody's got any ideas, drop them in the comments. Picking up cans. You don't make a lot of money, but it helps. She gets aggravated with the cans because they pile up and the storm comes through and they're strode every dang where. But I haul them off when I can, But I can't pass up a can, when I'm doing my running.
I know.
And it's so funny. My PTSD's been so bad that I've been sneaking out the back before daylight and doing my runs and sneaking back in. I'm not going to let... See, that's the terrible thing about me, is I need a routine. But I'm not going to let someone pattern me. So it's like a quagmire, I mean, I need routine in my life, but I always throw things off.
Mm-hmm.
She knows that,
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to let someone pattern my way of doing things.
Goat says rent is expensive everywhere.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. And it's throwing away money. When you're renting, there's no end to it. You literally have to pay rent for the rest of your life. And then you got your light bill and your water bill, and then where are you living at? Is it a safe area? Do you got a crazy neighbor, you know? Do you got someone doing illegal activities with people coming all hours of the night? You know,
And
it's
then
really
also,
hard. And for us, you know, with the dogs, and it's hard for us to find a place, even if we had the money.
and also with the certain type of dogs, like our two big ones.
Yeah, you're not renting nothing.
There, this was the I called an apartment complex about um I called an apartment complex. This is years ago, and to ask about dogs if they'll rent a certain way. And there was 26 breeds of dogs on that list. And both of ours have German Shepherd in them. One has it more than the other one. The other one just has like a touch of it. But German Shepherds, nope. And I'm thinking, seriously, I know little tiny dogs that will mess up a door and mess up a place, or even just kids mess up a place than certain dogs. But yeah.
But you know, in a landlord's
yeah, you're right, Aaron. Even with your land, you never own it because if you stop paying property taxes, they will come and take it from you.
That's facts.
And
that
actually, there's.
I know people struggling to keep their land.
Yeah, and then also here comes the tinfoil hat time, about property taxes and lands and all. So yeah, that's a whole nother thing there.
Yeah, I think that's their way of, they're going to end up stealing everyone's land. Everybody, that, you know what? I feel you, man. And I like going native.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and also though, I don't know what type of vehicle you have, but there are so many YouTube things on living in cars, vans, trucks, even in just like not even a big van, but a just regular family van.
And now they're making a lot of stuff to go in vehicles.
Oh yeah, I was on Temu just scrolling through because I was bored, and there's little blow up mattresses and stuff for cars, for a pillow and a mattress for a car. And I was like, man, where was when we was living in our car?
Yeah, exactly. We wish we had somebody like us to tell us how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, because I could set your car up real nice, and one of the first things you probably have is too much stuff in there.
Yeah, because on our car, we were always able to plug in somewhere. So we had a window unit that we would roll down the passenger window, put the window unit in there, plug it in, put a tarp over the windows, and it was nice. And of course, we had our DVDs and DVD player. This was before these type of phones were out, where you can. I don't even think YouTube was around yet.
No, yeah, YouTube was around.
Oh, okay. But
you're not that old, baby.
Okay.
I am, but you're not.
But so
I was around when the Flintstones were.
Oh, stop. But our phones wasn't like this though.
No.
I think we were using the beep beeps.
Yeah.
The beep beep ones. Then, but we had all that in our van, and car.
And our quality of life was better then than it is now.
And also, I loved. I liked having cereal every morning. And they're just talking back and forth.
Okay.
I liked cereal every morning back then. So I found the little bowls of cereal, and then milk that was on the shelf. It didn't have to be refrigerated. So I did that. ICO.
Now we're not hip to all these terminologies, okay? You know, I'm just an old country boy redneck. And, you know, we are pretty much isolated from people besides church. And I don't hang out with nobody that I work with that much, unless they're ride motorcycles with me. And we just keep to ourselves, really.
Yeah, we do.
We come on YouTube and try to help people, teach them, because YouTube is free.
Yep.
And so if you don't have any money, you can come on YouTube and learn stuff. And if you feel like it, you can donate to the channel and help someone out, or PayPal or Venmo. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I do enjoy super chats and things like that. People can get on YouTube and lie and say that they don't do it for the money and this and that and the other. And come on, man.
So, other side hustles, I want to hear what y'all think. What are good side hustles? Like he mentioned before, I am a dog groomer, and so I work in a shop Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends I do side groomings.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And so one thing also that he's going to start up once we have our van all fixed out is he's going to do commercial fishing. And then when he goes to ocean to fish, then he'll do mullet and then do smoked mullet and sell that. Because we have seen here guys on the side of the road selling smoked mullet.
You're making a lot.
And with not long, what, hour and a half?
Yeah,
maybe?
a couple hours. They're sold out.
Sold out completely. Aaron said that he buys and sells Hot Wheels and other vintage collections. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's a side hustle.
Especially, do you go to yard sales and stuff like that? That would be a really good yard sales.
I remember all those Hot Wheels and stuff we had.
Yeah.
Do we still have them?
No.
I would have sent them to him.
I know.
We had a whole bunch of them, man.
I had a whole cloth box full of Hot Wheels.
Someone was throwing them away, and I grabbed them for our son when he was little.
Actually, some of them were more than just Hot Wheels. Like one was a Sonic guy in his little car.
But I can see where someone, that's a side hustle, and because the price of everything is skyrocketing.
Oh, Aaron knows that for sure with 5 kids.
Yeah. What we got here?
I have some HW M2 and green light tracers if you're interested, Aaron. Oh, talking to Aaron.
Okay.
I love garage sales, but mostly anymore is online. Yeah, I see that now these days, but I know around here, they're still going on yard sales. I mean,
there's a lot of yard. There's just a lot of people just selling stuff. I mean, I've never seen. It's like everyone is having yard sales, and I mean, everyone is hustling to make ends meet. And that's another thing I recommend is wild edibles. I probably should make a wild edible freaking restaurant or something, or delivery.
Yeah, you're right, Jeffrey.
Because it's so healthy.
Yeah.
And it's got taste, that people's never tasted before.
Yeah, that's also a good one, Aaron. Flea markets and swap meets. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually, I don't know the months, but down here there's even a plant swap. I think they do a lot more with other type of plants, not just plants you eat. Gardening plants. Salutations from the middle of a Walmart parking lot.
That we got the same here. We got the same here with the feral hogs. They're we're not. You're not legally.
Oh yeah.
At least here, I'm pretty sure not legally allowed to sell that meat. I'm not sure. And I generally, Little Miss Prepper just moved up in the world though, cause she got her refrigerator. I couldn't believe it, but and I didn't realize, cause we went without one for so long. We just got a small fridge, but oh my goodness, what a luxury!
Yeah, it is. I got it to go in the van because also I kind of got a little bit bigger one than I wanted, but it's still like an apartment fridge.
Yeah, it's not that big, but man, it's a luxury,
Yeah.
Now I'm not having to stuff myself to keeping the food going bad.
Yeah.
You know me, I let a pork chop sit out for 3 days and still eat it.
Aaron said, I also love gold and silver more than silver than anything. I can't afford gold, LOL.
Yeah, I mean, who can? What's we got here?
Aaron and Frank are talking.
Okay. But yeah, all, side hustles, man. That's the thing. Personal training.
And getting connections on here, so far is already going on. Yeah. And everybody can help each other out. That's awesome.
Start your YouTube channel. I mean, transparency. We've done fairly well on YouTube. Considering.
Up top, Kate. Hi.
We've had this YouTube channel for what, 9 years now?
No, not yet.
Not yet. But
no, not yet.
We've had it for eight years.
8, yes.
And we've been blessed. There's been people that has donated and has really helped us out a lot. And again, you can watch it for free.
Oh, there you go, Frank. That's awesome. Yes, bushcraft networking is a powerful tool.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Up top, Cake says, what y'all think about Trump? He says, make America great. That will help.
Well, I just really don't know. Right? I've been steering a little bit clear of politics here lately because I got a real bad feeling because it's just too quiet. I mean, I'm just waiting any day now for, some catastrophe to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, something like 9/11 or something. I'm like, man, and it's sad that it takes something like that, to pull us together. But I believe that, they're prepped. They done got the draft worked out.
Yeah.
And they've done past that.
Yeah.
To where even they're going to draft women. So
Cooking with Mike B, you have a blessed night as well, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow on the Ladies Night Live.
And thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
In the chat.
Yeah. And maybe one day she can be in the panel.
It's a man.
Oh, a man. Oh, yeah, only women in the Ladies Night Live panel. I try to sneak in there, but they always run me out.
Yeah, one night you did a lot of talking off the...
I know, I can't help myself. I want to be a part of it because it's such a cool thing they do. But I'm not a pretty lady.
Frank, I guess it's supposed to be an alien invasion this time.
It would not surprise me. There's nothing that would surprise me at this point. And also the way people are acting lately. People have just been so nasty to each other, and I'm not sure what's going on. It's like a lot of people just got bad attitudes and a lot of jealousy and just envy.
Yeah.
It's just I've seen it, especially here lately. I've seen the envy and jealousy just totally get a hold of people and just like have them under like a they're under the control of their jealousy and hatred.
Yeah. That's awesome, Goat, that you can barter like that. That is awesome.
And for anyone that's jealous of me, man, I feel sorry for you. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I just I got a good wife and all, and I can understand. Well, damn, why couldn't I have one of them? I get that part, but everything else, I have. I assure you, there's nothing in my life to be jealous about. I mean, it's a struggle. Every day's a struggle for me. I mean, it's not like, I don't have Facebook, but the people on Facebook that if their life was as good as they portrayed it to be on Facebook.
Yeah.
But I don't have Facebook. There's a couple reasons, but one of them is stalkers. And people would just get on Facebook and just literally stalk what you're doing and just, and not everything is everyone's business. We live in an age where everyone just thinks they're entitled to know what every single thing you did. It's like it's none of your business, bro.
That's awesome. Up to Kate. Jesus helped that person. That's
Amen.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a very religious man.
Mike said, "Yeah, you got a great girl there, man. You're lucky for that."
Yes, I do. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. Because I live in a 8x10 shed, and take a bath in the kiddie pool and use a bucket for a bathroom. But you know what? I'm cool with it. I have no problem living this way, and I actually feel blessed. I mean, there's been times when hell we didn't even have a tent.
Yeah.
So that's another thing is lower your standards of living now. And if you do that, you may be able to put a little bit back so you can make a move to do a hustle, get you a side
Mike
hustle.
is in a camper. Well, I mean, I think
Hey, there's nothing
that's
wrong
pretty
with
cool.
it. Yeah.
We did in a camper for a little bit.
We had a mold problem in that camper.
Oh, it was a bad mold problem.
We just in that camper we had, we just couldn't the mold. I just couldn't keep it under control.
Yeah, we even would get a which one is
and
that?
I know what the problem was is I like to keep it cold.
Oh, you like to keep it freezing.
And because I like to keep it cold, it was making the mold worse.
Yeah.
I guess the insulation was just awful when I live in a shed and we don't have a mold problem.
Yeah. You're right, Cake. Money don't mean a whole. Definitely can't get peace from it.
No.
You're right.
You cannot. No.
Aaron says, I'm sure you want the best for you and your wife. That van is a huge step moving forward.
Yes, it is.
And Bob says, Shalom.
Shalom.
I know, I can't.
Yeah, it's such a blessing. And then to get blessed, with someone donating the money, as soon as they heard it.
So we're going to get a hitch for the van. I got it ordered with a donation, helped out with it.
You got the receipt around here somewhere.
Yeah, it's actually in the van so that I can, when I go pick up the hitch, I can show them the receipt. Just
certain people that feel that, they rule YouTube and I need to show them receipts.
Aaron says, I couldn't even imagine living in a van or camper with kids. It would be very, very rough. Actually, I watched this. There's a camper, a humongous camper that a family of 5, I think that you're two people short on that. I mean, they're 2 people short on you. But they live in a camper. I think it's more for vacation, but still. Or is it full time? I've watched a couple different videos. And it is really cool though. It's humongous.
Well, see, I know I had friends of mine, and they struggled in life, and the kids were basically raised in campgrounds. And you talk to them now, they're grown and they have children, and they tell me that, when we were growing up and living in the campgrounds, that was some of the funnest and best times of their life.
Yeah. Um, Top Cake, you have a blessed evening and have a good one.
And thank you for being here. And please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get up to 25,000 subscribers.
Yeah, Bob, yeah, it only has one bathroom, so it's a little tough for the little ones, especially when you're doing potty training. Or if you have a lot of women or girls, because of course we have to go to the bathroom all the time.
Yeah, and I'm not an environmentalist, not like a crazy environmentalist, but our carbon footprint, is probably zero compared to your average person.
Yeah.
Because, we use very little electricity to run this 8x10 shed.
Mm-hmm.
Very little. And, because we got an air conditioner, but it cools this place off in 2 minutes.
Yeah, and right now when it's cold, Florida cold, it hasn't been on for days.
No, I haven't had to need it on. And
I always say,
then the water. The water is so precious, and most of the water that I guess you would call civilized, domesticated people that have
you're so completely
civilized, domesticated people that have flushing toilets. You're flushing a lot of good water down a toilet. Every time you do that. Hence be like a lazy man. And just have a jug by your bed. I mean, that's what I do.
Yeah, you're right, Aaron. At one point, we were in a townhome at one point, and we stored a lot of water. And because also at that point we used this empty jugs for the laundry soap. That water there to be able to wash your hands and wash up with. And then empty other
bleach jugs. That water's going to be good.
Yes.
Because plastic absorbs.
Yes.
So that water's permanently bleached. Now, not good for drinking if you had to, but clean water.
Good night, son.
Good night, Ashton. I missed you today, son. I wish you would have came over. I had big plans. You don't even know, man. I had it laid out for him, didn't I? Mm-hmm. Man, it was really going to be something. Mm-hmm. But maybe next time.
That was weird.
That's the internet.
Oh. Goat, yeah, I was once homeless for 2 years, so living out of a tent and makeshift shelters. I've learned a lot about making do with what you had.
Yes. And then, when you live that way for a while, when you do get something, man, you appreciate it. I mean, I do. I appreciate it. Like, I'm really looking forward into moving into the van and, having it ready and all. So we can just, because they have these sites now where you can literally rent someone's driveway. And you could just park in their driveway and pay them $50 or whatever, a month, a week, whatever, and
yep.
And just save that money and live that way. Because if we had to pay $2,500 a month rent, there's just no way we could do that.
Yeah.
There's no way. And, people could say, like I had a wannabe financial advisor telling me I needed to sell something. And the thing is, I get it, you can sell something and But once you sell something and you have spent that money, now you got nothing to sell and you've spent the money.
Yeah, Aaron, I've heard the van life is pretty cool. So we're going to find that out. I'm doing looking up a lot of different layouts people have. There is a YouTube people that actually have different layouts on they talk about the different layouts on YouTube of van layouts and the floor plans. And then they even give you the floor plans in the description. So that is really cool. I watched the video. I didn't look at the floor plans yet, but I'm just taking a look at all the way that people have the layouts. Because, of course, everybody has it going to be a little different to what their needs are. Yeah.
Yeah, Moose Man had it made.
So everybody's needs will be a little different.
Wants
and needs, yes. And also, what I found interesting on that YouTuber with the van layouts is they even made it so that if you have a family of 3, if it's just 2, if it's just solo.
But here's something, I hate to interrupt, but if I don't say it, I'll forget it.
Okay.
Is once you get that van paid off, your house is paid off. And you're not caught in no 30-year mortgage. And you can crank that van up and go park. It's very easy for you to move. You don't even have to box and pack stuff. You just crank it up and move.
Yeah, that is true.
You get tired of being somewhere, you just move on. And or, if I'm in an area and I'm foraging it hard and fishing it hard and I notice the resources are getting depleted, I can move to a different spot.
Yes, and yes, Michael, we do have to do a full build out. I made a small video of the van, and it's completely empty. It's just a metal van.
We're starting from scratch.
Yes, starting complete scratch, and we're getting a hitch put on the back.
God donated that.
Yeah. So we're gonna do the full build out.
Yeah, and commercial fish and personal train and YouTube and just, live our life. And that's the cool thing about YouTube. We get to document that so people can see, there is alternative ways of living.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the old brick and mortar. We were raised, you get a job, you buy a home, well, I'm just not down with that. I like being free. And I'm a nomad, I'm a gypsy. I don't like to be in one place too long.
Yes, we are going to do full content on it. It's going to take me a little bit because, okay, one thing I'm doing first is I'm getting things that I need. Well, I want. Like I got the fridge. I got these bench things that I'm going to use for benches and / couches and all that. So I'm getting things first so I know when I go to put things in the van, I can be like, I don't like it here. I can move it before I put anything else in, flooring, whatever, and I can mark it out. Okay, fridge is going here, benches are going here. I may want the bed here. I'm thinking either the bed, I got double things thinking here. Either my bed hanging from the roof or...
It's a very tall van.
It is very tall. And in that video, our son is 6'1", I think.
He's just tall.
And he is plenty of space. Hands are up. And the guy...
You could literally make it like a 2-story.
So
I didn't even think of making it like a 2-story. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
That would...
Or I may have the bed where you like have it on a what's that thing? A wrench, a pulley system.
A pulley system.
Okay, a pulley system, and have then the bed lowered when we need it, and then raise it back up for during the day when we don't need it.
And we gotta have room for the dogs.
Yes, that is our big thing right there.
And see, I'm letting her do it any way she wants it. She's in charge of all that. I'm just in charge of the security. And man, oh man, am I going to have that thing. Nobody's going to be able to get near that thing without me knowing about it. I'm going to have it set up like I have it here. Nobody can get near this place without me knowing.
Moose Man, yes. So, I'm thinking on that, both things that you said about the bed and the benches, and also about the
great idea of the used RVs.
Yeah. Hold on. And about the fridge and the storage and all that. I'm thinking on doing all that as well. And also I do like your idea about going and getting stuff out of used and old or whatever campers and RVs and stuff like that, because of course they're already made for RVs and campers. So I like that idea too.
Probably at a really good price.
Yes. And then Aaron said put a large roof rack on it for totes for food, clothing, etc.
Yeah. I plan on also getting a trailer.
Yeah.
To pull behind it for overflow.
Yes. We also are thinking a trailer
for the motorcycle.
For hauling the motorcycle and a little overflow stuff in the trailer.
Because it just makes sense to park the camper and ride the motorcycle. Because the gas, that bike doesn't hardly use any gas.
Yeah.
So we can park the van, basically our home, and just ride around on the motorcycle.
You're out of frame.
And ride around on the motorcycle and just live life, Just trying to live life, just trying to get by, trying to live the American dream. I can't see it, baby.
Okay. Frank said, buy a trailer and put the shed on it.
Yeah. That's one thing, man. I'm going to miss my shed. So I'm trying to find someone, and I probably will be able to find someone in the church that will just let me put the shed on their property until we get our property squared away.
Yeah, Bob, yes. I'm also thinking on getting those racks like Aaron was saying for the roof, and then putting solar panels on those.
Yeah, solar. Definitely, I love solar. Solar. It's quiet.
And also, I don't know if we'll need the whole roof for solar, or if I can do part of it, and then the other part can be like a deck up there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is maybe building like a deck on top, to have it like boarded out or whatever, where we could literally climb up a ladder and just sit on top of the van.
Mm-hmm.
Like a deck.
Yeah, I've seen that on Tiny House Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Where that show, they built a deck on the roof of the tiny house.
Yeah, I wanted, hopefully the van could hold the weight and all. We have to do the research on that.
Yes.
And have somebody with some welding skills and all, maybe, And we're trying to keep the weight down, though, so the fuel won't be overly expensive. Because, my buddy that's helping me out, he's like, man, you want to keep the weight down,
Yeah.
And also the van will handle better.
Yeah, you're right, Bob.
What
that connect to the frame, not the roof. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Which that would be nice, having a deck to sit on top. I believe I would like that.
It's actually not a dually. It runs on regular gas. It just has what?
It's a dually, though.
Oh, it is?
It's a dually.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's a dually.
You're out of the thing again.
I'm sorry. The screen just isn't big enough.
The best advice I can give you for a van life for a rack on the roof is make it look like a construction handyman feel, otherwise you might get bugged by the police. I actually seen that at Home Depot. They had the ladder system to go on to their roof thing. That's where they kept another spare tire at, and theirs looked like a construction vehicle.
Well, I'm not so worried about getting bugged by the police because we are going to arrange to have safe places to be able to park. That's going to be preordained. I'm not going to park somewhere that's not safe. Whether it be a friend's yard, church member's yard, we park in their driveway. I can produce my own electricity, or I can throw them some money and just run an extension cord.
Thank you, Aaron. I'm not big on knowing that. He was telling me about the dually thing.
Oh yeah.
And right, Moose Man, cheap insulation and paneling screwed down works great inside. And then Bob said that would be beautiful chilling watching the sunset.
Yeah.
Yes, that's one of our goals.
I think that'd be so awesome to have a deck on top, so we're on top. So we got the dogs down below, so you got to get past two dogs and get to the top to get to us. See, I'm always, with that PTSD, I've always got security on my mind, I don't want nobody to sneak up on me.
Bob said, so no stealth camping?
No, I'm not going to have to. I had a whole stealth camp set up, but things changed. And so I was like, well, hell, it was fun setting it up and all, and I should have videoed it and everything, but there's certain people that if they would have saw that video, they would have known exactly where that spot was, and I don't want to give that spot away.
Yeah.
I'm very protective over my little spots. She knows that. I'm like, all right, we're on my piece of property, and she just looks at me like, huh? And I'm like, well, I've been coming here since I was 5 years old. And I'm down near 60 years old, and so yeah, this is, what do you call that? A spot long enough, it becomes yours.
Yeah.
See, I'm drinking what she calls a drug, pre-workout.
Switch it. It settles at the bottom.
Because I'm probably going to get called in tonight. Yay, me.
Yeah, go. Yeah, you should totally give it a try.
But yeah, back to side hustles. That don't matter.
I know.
I was up to, I like providing my own food. Hence the fishing. That just makes me, I like sitting in this one better until you get back over here, baby, because and that would just, for me, it'd be a great day. I go commercial fishing. I catch enough fish to sell and enough to cook and eat and gather some wild edibles to cook with it. And that would just be great. And that's truly living off the land. No rent. Maybe, like I said, pay someone I know, so much money a month just to be able to park in their driveway, because I'm not going to be staying at Walmarts, and I'm not doing any of that. I don't like getting hassled, so I would rather just pay somebody a little bit of money and just basically rent their driveway. Yeah, I know what that's like. Ours are big dogs that think they're lap dogs, and
oh my goodness, yes.
She's
and
more patient.
Then our little dog is a big dog.
She's more patient with them than I am. But, and that's another thing too, is we got to work with these dogs because, if we're at a campground, you can't have a dog barking all night long. That will drive people nuts. So we got to work with these dogs because man, they like to bark, and I like that, but really not going to stay in a lot of campgrounds. Honestly, like I said, I'm just going to probably just, like I said, pay someone rent for their driveway, and I can produce my own electricity. I have solar, okay, and I have a generator. I like solar because it's quiet. I like to be able to hear what's going on. That's the one thing I don't like about air conditioning is it's so noisy. Because I'm one of those guys, I like to be able to lay back and just listen, and think and pray and basically just listen and meditate, and I don't know, I do that a lot.
Yeah, you do.
I do that a lot because I don't get like real sleep. Anytime I get a real sleep, well, there's usually a price for that. Like last night, it was a rough night. I had 2 night terrors, so I woke up twice. Looked like somebody poured a bucket of water on me. It wakes her up just from me being soaking wet. It's kind of, I mean, it's miserable to wake up and just you feel like you're on fire. Wake up, and what it is, the nightmare is so intense that it's affecting my body, and I just get so hot, and I just start sweating so much that I'll just wake up covered in sweat, angry because that sucks. I mean, it just is miserable waking up, burning up, covered in sweat. And then she's sitting there trying to fan me off and cool me off. And then as soon as I get cooled off, then I start getting too cold. So then, because it's been a little cool down here. So last night after I got cooled off, then I was freezing. And so I was like, all right, and it took me a few minutes, to figure out what the hell was going on and all. And it's a whole process of thing. Really, I feel bad for her for having to deal with it, I mean, I did this to myself. So she's just an innocent victim. I did things that, looking back, I should have just got a job at McDonald's, man. Really. And there's no job beneath me, So, and working a regular job, that would be kind of weird for me, but, I would give it a shot. So there's just so many ways, but it's hard to find a job that pays a living wage. Especially with me, that I have a limited skill set. I'm not a welder, I'm not a carpenter, That's why I'm just going to do commercial fishing, things like that. And if an awesome job represents itself, like I almost got a job working at the beach as one of those guys that take people parasailing. I believe I'd be really good at that because I'm Mr. Safety Guy, I'm make sure everything's hooked up right and all that, and I'm kind of OCD over somebody being rigged up. No one would ever get hurt under my watch, doing that. So I believe I could pull that. Huh? Are
you keeping up with the chat?
No, I can't see it, and you're not reading it for me. Can you, come on, get over here, baby, and read for me.
My legs are going numb. The spoiled dog thinks I'm a pillow. Yeah, I get that. I had 2 Dobermans. My one neighbor to love the names of them.
What are you doing? I'm slap by.
Okay. Dobermans, they're pretty cool.
I love Dobermans. They're very intelligent. Well, the ones I've dealt with were very intelligent.
Yeah, of course the bigger ones, they don't come into the shop, but I have one little one, the miniature ones. She is so freaking cute. I love her to pieces.
Now, there's also something I want to bring up. It's a little off topic and all, but I mean, that's pretty much what we do on this channel is we start on one thing and then we're all over the place. But since little Miss Prepper got this refrigerator and she's spoiling me a little bit. Oh, what happened? You had to delete something?
Yeah.
Did you permanently delete them?
I don't
Next
know.
time, let me know.
Okay.
Because I permanently. So, you know, I'm a big advocate on foraging and everything, but little Miss Prepper, she's always thinking of me. And when she saw this, boy, she hit the jackpot because I don't know if you can see this right here. Like I said, I like to forage for my own food and everything, but this stuff, I don't know how much it cost or anything like that.
I don't remember.
But man, is it good. She gonna spoil me and domesticate me and have me eating this store-bought food. I try to stay away from it. I notice when I eat store-bought food, I gain weight.
Yeah.
When I eat foraged and wild food, I just don't gain the weight like I do. But man, this stuff is delicious. It's cilantro, lemon, jasmine, rice, naturally flavored, and wow! Thank you.
You're welcome, babe. So that I find that your dog's name's funny, Fluffy and Princess.
Aw.
Except for a Doberman, Fluffy. Get it? I like it.
My dang old knees have been giving me a fit lately too. Yeah, someone gives me if you give me a chance and point it out, I will permanently delete them from the channel. That I've learned how to do because we don't deal with that garbage up in here. You know, truth, logic, and common sense, and you know, for little Miss Prepper, she's doing her best to keep a leash on me, but
you really need more.
But you know, there's other people out there that want to run my channel, you know, and want to give me advice. And see, here she goes, you know, pulling on that leash. But it's my channel, you know. I mean, if you don't like the way I do it, then you can scroll on. And I know she keeps moving on, but I just have to say it, man. You know. I'm gonna say it, and as much I just have to say it.
Goat says, yeah, my neighbor only loved the names because of a problem came up, and they look on that problem face was absolutely hilarious.
And so, you know, all I can say is like with YouTube, if you stay at it. We've had a channel for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there's so many different things on the channel. And there's something on here for everyone. I mean, we have jiu-jitsu tournaments. You know, we have foraging. We have airsoft.
Knife fighting.
Knife fighting. I mean, we just make content and try to put, you know, some valuable information out there, such as like right now, you know, we're talking about side hustling and
so let's get back on
and that's what I'm trying to do. And we're talking about side hustling and like living in a van so you're not paying crazy rent, you know, so you can actually afford to live, Because I just don't, I don't know how people are doing it. I really don't.
Mhm.
You know, because we both work and all. And like I said, I guess I should have learned how to weld or something. And she has a trade. She's a dog groomer. She's very good at it. And I have a trade working security, but I'm telling you, this working as a bouncer it's overrated, and let's just face it, guys. I'm not so young anymore, and those 12-hour shifts all night long, dealing with a bunch of grown people that's acting like children.
Yeah, I worked with him in a couple of bars, and I got very annoyed. I mean,
it can be annoying.
Yeah.
And there's always that person,
Mm-hmm.
There'll be somebody there that's just aggravating as hell.
And then when you're trying to close up, sweep, all that stuff, and you got lingerers.
And trying to run them out, and then they want to fight because they don't want to leave.
And it's like, okay, finish off your drink right now and then go outside. And y'all can talk outside, do whatever you want out in the parking lot. Just get out so I can lock up the door.
It's just a lack of respect. They just don't, they have no respect.
Yeah.
I mean, when they get off work, they want to get off work and get their ass at home. When we're closed, we're ready to get everybody the hell out of there and lock up. Well, I mean, we've been there for 12 hours, man.
And I mean, like at certain bars, we close at 2 or 3?
We'd close at 2.
2, and we didn't get out till 3 sometimes because clean up and all. So getting out at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then like on that bar I was talking about, I worked with. It was Thursday, Friday, Saturdays that we worked on that one, and so I would work it Thursday night, and then the next day go to work in the morning. So I would get off work at 3, go to bed at I don't know.
Work your fingers to the bones. Somebody's putting something in. She's got the best work ethics of anyone I have ever seen.
Okay, Star says, I think living below your means is a great thing to do in these times we are living in, and it's horrible to see a couple stay together when times are hard. Yeah, and also living below your means, you can, if you have debts or whatever, you can pay things off. If you have a vehicle you're still paying on, you can pay it off. I mean, that is
freedom. You're more free. You're not a slave to your debt. I mean.
Yeah, you don't have to go home, but you can't sleep at the bar.
Exactly. Go anywhere, just get the hell out of here is what I say.
Yeah.
And then if someone's like really intoxicated, we're not allowed to let them drive away. We literally have to take the keys from them because security is responsible for that. If I let someone leave a bar and I know they're drunk, and we're closing up, if they go down the road and get in a wreck, I could get charged with that.
And also, it wasn't bad when Uber. A lot of people would just get an Uber, Lyft, whichever one.
I think Uber saves lives.
Yeah.
Because it's got a lot of people not drinking and driving.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And some people even get an Uber to where they're going, so that they have to then take an Uber home.
Like I have a buddy of mine. He's smart and not smart. Typical guy, we're smart and not smart.
Yeah.
He can't handle his alcohol, but he likes drinking. So what he would do is, when he got home from work Friday, he would cash his check. He would get his car keys and mail them and put them in a drop box to himself.
Oh, wow.
That way he knew he didn't have the keys to his car for the weekend.
Yeah.
That way he knew he wouldn't slip up and get in that car while he was drinking.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was a neat trick. And knowing his limitations, he knew he had to do that or he would end up drinking and driving. That's another thing. Get to know yourself so you know you got a flaw and work on it. That's the very reason why I don't drink, because I've been told I'm quite an asshole when I drink. So I don't drink. And plus, she don't like it. She don't like alcohol. She don't like it in the house. She don't like it, period. She don't like cigarettes, and she don't like tobacco, period. So she doesn't like drugs, period. And it helps me, she's my moral compass. There's times when she's like, I'll be hanging out with some friends talking, and she's watching. And next thing you know, she's coming and saying, no, you're not drinking any of that. And I'll be like, yeah, you're right, because there's, no such thing as me just having one drink.
Goat says, back in the day when I worked as a security guard, had one woman get mad at me because I paid for a cab to make sure she got home safely.
Yeah, people just don't appreciate things. I mean, people are so unappreciative. But there is about to be a rude awakening. And I feel it may be my PTSD, okay, because I've really been dealing with it. Yeah. It's a cycle. Mm-hmm. Right now, I'm in the angry, smart alecky, vengeful cycle. Mm-hmm. Next will be the paranoia. Mm-hmm. Where you're like, you know how I get. Yeah. I'll be at my hiding spot. Yeah. You need me.
Yeah.
And I just lay there and wait, because in my mind, when I'm being attacked through any means, whether it's verbally, whether it's anyway, then I know how things get out of hand very quickly. So when someone's talking trash about me and spreading rumors and up in that game, then I truly feel, I'm like, man, this person is out to get me. And next thing you know, I'm like, man, this person, might try to take a shot at me or something. And that just was a bad situation for everyone.
Star says it's because your wife truly loves you. That's why she doesn't want you to drink or smoke.
That is awesome. And, and it's nice to be loved. I got lucky. I mean, finding a good mate nowadays with these morals and is very hard.
Goat says that lady. Sorry. That lady that he was talking about, she was a big flirt when she was drunk, but a piece of work sober.
Oh man, hey, Grumpy.
Hey!
Read what they got there for us.
Hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. Great to see you lived through it. Grumpy and I are still recovering. Grandbabies are great. OMG, I'm getting older.
OMG, that lamb.
Oh, Yoda. That lamb.
What? That was the best lamb I have ever eaten in my life. And I always pick on little Miss Prepper.
He ate a lot of my cookies, though.
Yeah, I did. I always pick on little Miss Prepper because she's young. She's not the greatest cook, okay? And it's a joke with us, and I know she probably gets a little mad at me, but I do most of the cooking because
You do.
I've been doing it longer,
Yeah.
and I can make a meal out of anything. I mean, people look and go, "There's nothing to eat here," and I'm like, "Stand back," and I make something.
Yeah.
But she cooked the lamb and everything, and it was delicious. I couldn't believe how good that stuff was. Man, y'all got something going on down there.
That lamb.
What?
I get what you mean by the difference. When I told you that first time that I eat store-bought lamb, and I've never had farm raised, but oh my goodness, that lamb is delicious.
We want more.
And those cookies, they were so good as well. He did eat a lot of those cookies.
I normally don't eat sweets, but when I'm really stressed out, I will eat sweets. And, I've been dealing with a lot of crap the last few days. And so I've been stressed, and man, I put a heart on them cookies. I'm not even going to lie. And they were really good. What? Grumpy is a lucky man to have such a wonderful cook. Wow. I would be 500 pounds if you were feeding me.
I actually thought the same thing because the pictures I see of her sweets and those cinnamon
I would
rolls,
be 500 pounds if I was eating her cooking.
I know. Man, because I am a big sweet eater, and she made.
I'm not.
Seen
And
those
there was,
cinnamon rolls.
I'm not a big sweet eater, and I wiped them cookies out, man.
Yeah, you did.
But I'm a stress eater.
Yes, you are.
You have some people that don't eat when they're stressed out. I'm the opposite. When I get stressed, I eat. And I think it's because when I'm stressed, I'm fidgety, can't sit still, moving around, blowing through a lot of calories, trying to exercise, trying to stay focused, which is impossible for me to do. Staying focused is like, finding a unicorn. And occasionally it happens, but not for very long.
Grumpy's also a stress eater.
Yeah. I'm a stress eater. And them cookies, they helped me through some stress, I'll tell you that. And they were delicious. Oh my goodness, woman, you can cook. Man, oh man. I'm not an envious man, but Grumpy, you got it made, bud. Like I said, I'd be 500 pounds if I was over there eating. I like to eat, and I'm almost always stressed out.
Yeah.
It's always something.
Yeah.
That I'm stressing about.
Oh, let me do my. So tomorrow night, everybody, Ladies Night Live panel we got going on. Yoda from Grumpy Acres Farm is going to be on as well, and we are playing WROL. World Without Rule of Law. It's a scenario game. Everybody come check it out. Fernando.
Yeah, y'all should check it out. I enjoy it.
Oh, it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I sneak a word in every once in a while, but I get hollered at by the women. I can't help myself. It's such a good thing y'all got going, man. I feel left out. And I'm so needy, I'm such a needy guy. Poor little Miss Prepper, she just said no. You look at me like, oh, he's a grown-ass man. He can handle his business and all that. But there's also another side to me, that I'm needy, I need to be held and comforted. And she's so good at that.
Yes. Oh, and like Grumpy Acres Farm said, find the secret word and win a deck of cards for yourself. Yep. We'll have secret words that we have, and if you say the magic word, you can win yourself a deck of cards.
And that's a really awesome game, and it gets you thinking. Yeah. It really gets you thinking. And I know little Miss Prepper because she doesn't smoke. and she's not over here cooking, but I'll smell something burning.
Oh, hush.
And it's her thinking.
Yeah.
Actually, I just lay over there and just listen.
Well,
Oh, yeah, actually, because remember, that's when you had to heavily medicate me.
yeah. And
Yeah.
also, the one time I was like, shh, he's sleeping.
Yeah, yeah, I've been in a little tizzy. Some people got me worked up. And I just can't let shit go.
Hold on. Clint Eastwood, they're allowed in the chat. Yeah, so men are allowed in the chat. They're not allowed on the panel. And then Goat, yes, you are right. I do spoil him. Yeah. And like Grumpy said, Acres Farm, men are allowed to watch, not on the panel though.
Yeah, she does spoil me. You know, if you wanna be a king, you gotta live like one.
Oh,
you know, and I have a queen, and she spoils me. She treats me like a king. But I treat you very well, and I go out of my way to be nice.
Yeah.
You know, because you know it's hard. You know, you see me struggle with being nice.
Yeah, I do.
You know, it's just not my nature. But I go out of my way to be nice to her. Because she's earned it.
Aw, Dawn Haynes said you are a very lucky man. I would just be happy to be loved.
Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to. I'm very blessed, and she's the best thing that ever happened to me, and I'm probably the worst thing that ever happened to her. See, I don't lie. I speak the truth. So it is what it is. But I let her know that, you know.
Oh yeah, you tell me that all the time.
I tell her all the time she deserves better than me. You know, I do my best, but you know, sometimes I think maybe she'd be better off with a domesticated man, you know, living in a big house and all, but he's just not gonna love her like I do.
Goat, that's funny. Yeah, a lot of guys say that.
What?
They want to know guys on the panel. Well, I wonder if I can pass as a woman with my mustache. Yes, I'm joking.
I would be a very ugly woman, so I'm not even gonna try it.
Oh no, I think you'll look like Harley.
Oh, I'm not even talking about them dang kids right now. They got me so aggravated.
Okay. But like that Snapchat
picture? Yeah, but no.
Okay.
Sorry. I don't even have any kids right now.
Sorry.
Drama, man, you know, family. You know, you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family.
It's almost 11 o'clock. I'm going to be going to bed.
So little Miss Prepper, she's hell out of the gate. She just got no stamina. Yeah.
Let me look.
And she just gets tired and she won't drink pre-workout.
Yeah. So our time here in Florida right now is 10:44. He can stay on. I am fixing to.
Yeah, I'll stay on for a little while.
It's up to you.
And then I won't have you muzzling me, you know, and be a bad boy.
I'll be listening until I fall asleep.
I'm probably going to... Can you heat that rice up for me?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
I'm getting in my chair. Now, my dog food container. And all. But yeah, this smile, man, is a genuine smile, you know. Happy. I'm so happy I'm gay. But, yeah, you know, everyone needs a side hustle, and I tell you what, Yoda should open a restaurant.
Yoda's going to be making a cookbook.
I could think of no one any better.
Yeah.
I could think of one, and when she can raise something and you cook it and make it taste good.
Oh, hush.
Really? Hey, her cooking's getting better. You know, I pick on her cooking one egg at a time. I'm like, I cook like 6 at a time and still don't pop the yolks.
Yes, you do. That last time you made me eggs.
Oh well, once in a while, a yolk is gonna pop.
Actually, the past 2 times you made eggs, you popped all the yolks.
Hey. Well, that's because I was trying to cook them a different way. Remember, we had the lid on there?
Yeah. Well, and also you forget sometimes.
Yeah, I'm bad about this on the stove. And the next thing you know, I'm burning something. I literally forget that I'm. Look, for you young guys, man, you might want to, try to avoid a lot of head blows, a lot of head trauma, or you're liable to end up like me. Everything hurts. Everything hurts. It's all catching up with me. But now, I have really, just to be honest, I'm really submitting more to God. I'm trying to be a good Christian. And
Yoda said something.
I can't read it.
Yoda said, no restaurant for me. Just check out our website for gourmet, freeze dry food. You'll want to stock up on it. Oh yeah, everybody check out Grumpy Acres Farm.
Man, are you able to put a link in there?
Oh yeah, Grumpy. I mean, you with the wrench. If you know how to do it, you can put a link in there for your website.
And also, I know fighters that they have to do a meal plan, and some of them they have to plan their meals out. Some of them to lose weight, some of them to gain weight, and meal prep is a lot to do with boxing and MMA, and because you got to make weight. That's one of the hardest things, is making that weight. And so meal prepping is a big key. Baby, can you read this for me? Yeah. You can just turn that on. Take it off the oven.
Okay. I will... Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, I will just... didn't want to invade. I can customize any diet.
You're on our channel, so no. Huh? Oh, so no, you're at home. This is your channel too. I mean, you are a guest here, and so when people are a guest, oh, you want to trade? Okay. You're at home. You say whatever you want to say. You know that. On my channel, you say whatever you want to say. I mean, because I couldn't see you saying something that would get you kicked out. But, so, yeah, back to the side hustle. Grumpy, she does a lot of stuff, man. Hey, what's up, Ashley?
And Charlie.
Good to have you here. Glad to see y'all. And Moose Man saying hey to Grumpy. See, we got good people in here, We try to keep out the riffraff, the undesirables. the seems like the modern man of envy. I don't understand people nowadays. I just don't get it. What it is America has had it good for so long that drunk. Who's drunk?
Maybe he's drunk.
Oh, man, sorry for your luck about that. I mean, I don't do that. But
Moose Man deleted him.
Okay. What, you? What? You talking? I,
Mm.
oh man, I would have permanently deleted that fool. Anyway, okay. Yeah, I don't get these damn trolls.
Oh, Yoda put the grumpyacresfarm.com so that you can get that freeze-dried food.
I think you got a customer sitting right here in front of you.
I'll look it up.
Cause I like good cooking. And
It's freeze-dried.
well, I know, but I'm sure if she did it, it's gonna be good. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I do get tired of eating just my cooking. So heck yeah, we'll definitely order some of that stuff, man. For sure. And see again, side hustles, That's the thing. You know, and just the cost of everything is just getting out of control. And I just don't know how people are going to make it in the future. I really don't. Um, just the cost of food, the cost of living, property tax this, tax that, um, coming at us with all these regulations and rules, and just more and more regulations and more rules, and more legal land theft,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm just not very happy with the direction that America's headed in. I really hope that we change our course for, and not just for us, but for our children and our grandchildren, for the future of America. You know, and let's just try to help each other. You know, give somebody a hand up. You might be the only person that helped that person. You never know. And again, I'm wanting everyone to be aware of, mental awareness during the holidays, because that's when, a lot of bad people make a lot of bad choices that there's no coming back from during the holidays. So make sure your people are okay. Like she's been having to double medicate me with the crap I've been having to deal with the last couple of days.
Yep.
And she won't let me just vent and say things that I want to say, but I'm trying to go by her rules, because it seems like if I listen to her, my life is better. I believe that she's smart enough for the both of us. And my problem is I just speak. I don't think before I speak. And I take things literally, and seriously.
Greenbell said, "OMG, you're here!"
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. It's a process. Like if you watched videos I made before.
Miss you.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back, and I'm going to try to keep my presence, going and all. It's when my dad passed, I put some videos up and I showed, but then I took some of them down because they were very graphic pictures in those videos, and I just didn't want people to have to go to sleep seeing such graphic pictures. But he's no longer in any pain, and the struggle's over for him, and I'm sure he's in heaven getting his reward.
Ashley and Charlie said the holidays don't feel right without my mom and learning to cope with it, and it's been almost 3 years.
See, this will be my first Christmas without my mom. And I'm taking it hard. And I'm a mama's boy, straight up. My dad's always been mean as hell, which made me tough, I've learned a lot, but wow, I can't keep up with all that.
Okay. Yoda said, find a corner of the woods and just scream. Let it out and don't bring it in the house. We as people tend to take the frustrations out on our loved ones as we know they will take it.
I hope I don't do that. Do I do that?
Not really.
No.
No. Then Green said he is in a much better place than this. I lost my mom too, and it hits.
Man, there's no pain. I've never felt no pain like this.
And then Ashley said, it does get easier. Just keep your head up.
You know, I've had comments like, for instance, these people are so disgusting. That I had a comment that this lady put. I shouldn't have deleted it. I should have made her famous, and I will do that from now on. I'll make you famous on my channel. You put some stupid shit on there, but you know, she's like, "Oh, you lost your mom? Well, Gators probably got her. I'll come down there and help you find her." And I'm thinking, you know, what, what kind of sick-minded person would say something like that? I mean, who who does that? Is that an American thing? Is that happening all over the world? You know, because if that's an American thing, no wonder these other countries hate us. You know, I don't understand, you know. And then when people, I took a little time off YouTube and then I get all these attacks and lies and it's beyond ridiculous.
Most man said, just dumbass.
Yeah. You know, they're just, and envy. They're just jealous. I know what it is.
Okay. Another comment here. Someone that is immature and wants to just get your goat, I wouldn't let him get your goat.
Yeah, and just jealous, you know. You know, and I'm not going to apologize that I have a successful channel and that my channel is monetized. And I'm not going to apologize for that. I worked hard. She'll tell you, I got a lot of work. And you know, I put a lot of work into making this content and doing things.
Yoda says, losing my mom was terrible. I miss her something awful. She was the glue that kept the family together.
Yeah, that's how it was with my mom too. You know, she was the peacemaker. You know, because you know, I was a bunch of rednecks out here. We always I don't even go to family reunions because every family reunion that we have, there's always a fight. There's always somebody, and it's always the same person that gets drunk and starts crap and just ruins it for everyone. They even made a sign up, you know, saying if you're going to do that when you come here, to leave. But I don't even go to family gatherings anymore. I just don't want to be around that nonsense. You know, I love my family, and I have a tight family. It's just I'm just not down with drama, man. It's just unnecessary. You know, there's just no need for it. It's uncalled for. You know, act like a mature adult. You know, if you're envious, well, then work harder. You know,
Yeah.
if you're envious, you know that I have more subscribers than you, well, then work harder.
Unfortunately, there's one in each family, sometimes even two.
Yeah, there's like freaking half of my family's like that. Bunch of dang inbred rednecks can't hold their dang liquor. You know, when you come to one of my family reunions, you hear the banjo. Down, 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 down.
Stop! I hate that.
Yeah.
Karen, yep.
I'm noticing a lot of grown men acting that way now.
There's a name for men that act like that. I want to say Kevins.
I don't know,
They're
but
being a Kevin
I've noticed
or a kin. No,
on
they're being a kin.
YouTube, a lot of
Yeah, a kin. They're being a kin.
These kins are just coming out of the woodwork, man. You know, they want to give me financial advice, and I don't need it. I don't need no advice from someone that's, to me, looks like a loser.
Yoda.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yolks, pigs squeal.
I'm not sure what that means there. Wait until Jacob. What does that mean? I don't know.
I'm not sure. Wait until Jacob trouble.
We're not sure what that means, Bob White. I'm not sure what that means. Speaking of Bob White, I sure do miss them. Used to, you'd hear them all the time. Now it's like they've been hunted to extinction. Used to out here, you'd hear Bob White's, you know, haven't heard one in a long time.
I do like that type of music. I like the banjo, but that movie though, I don't like that movie.
Oh no, she don't like. She hates me, and I kind of trapped her into it, and she hates it.
So every time
her moral compass is just set, and that's just like she's like.
Oh, okay. General says Jacob's trouble, end of times. He means.
Oh,
Jacob's
yeah.
trouble, end of times.
And you know, I truly, and I'm speaking from the heart, I truly do believe that we are in the last days. You know, from reading the Bible and scripture study and just the feelings I get and I don't know, you know, just the signs, you know, just I just feel like, you know, the seals are being opened.
Green. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Green Bell says, I love you guys, my people.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Greenbell. We appreciate that.
Oh, what movie? Oh, what?
Deliverance.
Yes. Deliverance.
Oh, here, get back over here.
I need to go to bed, but I'm helping you out a little bit.
You need to go to bed, but you're helping me out.
Yeah. Yeah,
Come
what
on,
movie
you can stay up late with me.
is Deliverance? And that little, what's it, sing it again. So that little piece is in the movie. And what Yoda said earlier about pigs squealing, that's also in the movie. And
got a party mouth.
That's also in the movie. And I can't stand that movie. It is.
Get something here.
It's always interesting to me as we had the best house and property. People always come to us for financial advice. We were in debt at that time. Now we choose a life that has no debt and no strife. Yeah.
That's the way to be. And I believe the Bible even talks about staying out of debt.
Okay. So, okay, yeah, I can see that. And then Moose Man dueling banjos. And then Yoda said, now they say we are crazy and stupid looking for freedom.
You know what it is? I think a lot of it is, okay, tinfoil hat time. I think it's like subliminal messages and
there's your tinfoil hat.
Subliminal messages in the movies, in the commercials, in the music. And a lot of envy. I've never seen so much envy. I mean, I will get a donation and literally people get upset. I'm like, what? I don't get it, you know. I got these people, you know, they got their little group, and they're hating on me, because I get donations and all, and people help me out, and I got a couple of subscribers, and look, man, don't hate me because you can't be me. Just put in the work, and you know, if it's ordained, it will work out for you. That's just facts. Put in the work. Instead of being lazy and asking for receipts, all you have to do is watch the videos, man. I show me going out there in the yard and picking weeds and cooking them and eating them. I literally back what I say.
Green says you have earned everything you have.
Yes. So it's just envy. And I feel sorry for someone. I genuinely feel sorry for someone that envies me, because I'm like, bro, you don't deal with this PTSD.
Moose Man, go forward. Always AAP.
Yeah, y'all trying to keep me on track. I'm just having a hard time letting go.
Okay, and then Yoda's saying, yeah, I get what you're saying. Just wish the poorest people in the system weren't trying to give me financial advice.
Exactly. And then the thing is, like, I have one person trying to give me financial advice, which I don't want any from the person, and just envy, just straight up envious. When I'm like, you just put in the work, man. I worked. Y'all seen me, man. I've been on YouTube for hours.
Ashley and Charlie said they just hate on the good folks. In Greenbelt, we just need to go fishing, Bubba. Just being honest.
Heck
you
yeah.
do need a fishing trip.
Yeah, I do.
And then Moose Man, haters gonna hate.
They are. Haters gonna hate, man.
I'm sorry, but that does remind me of a song.
And crybabies gonna cry.
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah. And crybabies gonna cry and try to make up rumors and lies and false accusations. It's like, I'm always happy for someone when someone succeeds. When I see someone succeed and do good, I'm like, yes. Then you got people over here and someone succeeds and they're like pissed off and upset and mad that someone succeeds. I'm like, why are you hating? You should be happy for that person. And then if you want to succeed, well, put in the work. And be nice. Maybe people just don't like you.
Okay. Ashley and Charlie said because they got something going on in their life. Moose Man, the haters have miserable lives and try to bring others down. Yoda says a lot of people have zero idea what work goes into YouTube. One video can destroy all your plans in a day.
Yeah. So, I earn it. And for somebody to be hating on me because I'm getting donations, are you kidding me? If somebody, I didn't put the donation button on here. YouTube did. And I have a wife I'm responsible for, and dogs, and I'm trying to accomplish things in life, and that takes money. And if someone is willing to help me out, see that, when my mother passed, that's where I changed, because I used to, now I wasn't a hater, okay, but I did walk around with a chip on my shoulder, and I would have died before I would accept any help from anyone. I would, like, if I can't do it on my own, then I would have died. And when my mom was in her deathbed, She looked me in my eyes and held my hand and said, "Son, you have got to get that chip off your shoulder because it's going to get you in some real trouble. And when you need help and someone offers to help you, you let them do it."
Ashley and Charlie, just keep thinking positive and you'll get through anything. Bob White said, Matthew 5:10, Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs are the kingdom of heaven. Greenbelt, listen to Mama. Gerard, actually, I have to disagree with you. Sometimes, not all the time, you need to ask for help. A lot of these other people ask for help all the time. There's a big difference.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, I'm not going to turn down any help. Let's put it that way. I'm not asking for help, okay? But if someone offers to help, I'm not going to turn it down. Now, if someone comes at me with some funny joke, like, oh, pole dance or, joshing around or whatever, then, I'm like, well, super chat me and I will. I'm saying that jokingly, but what is that saying? $20 is $20.
Oh my goodness.
you know, so and there's blessings out of helping people, man. Yeah, exactly. Moose Man got it. If we can't help each other, then what the hell are we all doing here? Exactly. Exactly. Like, for instance, when Yoda sent that lamb, Little Miss Prepper, because she loves lamb, she was so grateful and so happy, and then when she cooked it and I tasted it, I was like, wow, that was magnificent. That I don't know what y'all are feeding those lambs, but whatever it is, it's really working. It's really working. And for me, as of right in this moment, because Little Miss Prepper used to raise rabbits, but right now, it's easier for me to go hunting than it is to raise animals. So now, I mean, I totally get raising the animals on, because my God, that food was fabulous. I mean, if I could raise meat that tastes like that, I would do that. But you know, like Little Miss Prepper's rabbits, I mean, I could just go out and get a rabbit with a pellet gun. I mean, it's easy. I love hunting, and I don't have to feed it or water it or anything. The same with the wild edibles. Yeah, I grow a garden. Of course I do. I love tomatoes and things like that. But the wild edibles, there's just no maintenance. It's just there for the pickings. So I really enjoy that also. And, there's some places and some people that they can't grow a garden. Whether it be they're living out of a van, and they don't have property. But as long as you're not trespassing, you can forage. And what I've learned on my journey of prepping leads to homesteading, and it's been a journey, and most of it's been wonderful, by the way. I love planting something and watching it grow, and Absolutely, absolutely, Grumpy Acres. My wife's not reading these for me, so I'm having a hard time here. But yeah, Bob White, absolutely. Any scripture is welcome on this channel. And I'm working on myself. Little Miss Prepper knows I am really trying very hard to be a good boy. I'm trying to be a good son of Heavenly Fathers. Now, don't look at me and go, well, if that's a Christian, I don't be one. That guy's got a lot of struggles and all. Don't, that's why I hesitate, to tell people I'm a Christian. And they're like, man, this guy's a Christian and he's all messed up. Well, I'm working on it, you know, and every day I'm getting closer and closer. My relationship is growing a lot lately with Heavenly Father. And a lot of it is the way my wife treats me with love and compassion and understanding. I literally see God working through her, because that's God love. That's what I'm getting out of this whole situation. All American Prepper, we are all so looking forward for y'all coming out here. We would love for y'all to look at the fall winter here and see how we can forage. That's what's a beautiful thing about the van.
That's what she's talking about.
I know. That's the beautiful thing about having the van and living that way,
Yeah.
is you can just get in it and go. Yeah. And we can finally meet these wonderful people face to face.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because, I love them. I love Grumpy.
Yeah.
I love everything about, even when Grumpy's being grumpy, I love that man. And
I want to meet their dogs.
Yeah, she's a dog person. She wants to meet the dogs, and I'm like, yeah, that's the thing. If you bring a baby in the room or a dog in the room, you're not going to get her attention. That baby or that dog done did that. Absolutely, Bob White. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for that. I love scripture here. I love it. And I'm working. I'm working really hard. And I'm making a little bit of progress.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I've bitten my tongue probably 100 times tonight. I know, you choke pulled on my own, but but I've held back a lot more than I normally would.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not acting like these other fools, foaming at the mouth, screaming and hollering. And
you would have said something.
Yes, absolutely, Yoda. Absolutely. And, I believe it was you I heard say it. I'm not sure, but, that you just got to weed out the bad ones, I mean, people talk about community, but then they talk all hateful and envious, and who would want to be in their community if they're that way? I mean, I wouldn't. I would not. I want to be in a community that is faith based Christianity on the Bible, that lives by those moral codes. And everything in here runs off batteries and all. And just had a battery go dead on one of my lights. My expert high production studio with a cell phone and a Ryobi rechargeable light. Sometimes, it's not all the fancy equipment, not all it's the content you put out there. And It's the way you interact with people.
Mooseman and Bob said something.
Yeah, separate the wheat from the chaff. Absolutely, Moose Man. And then Bob, Proverbs 13:16. Every productive man dealeth with knowledge, but a fool layeth open his folly. Amen to that. Amen. So I'm doing my best to be Christian about this situation because I'm sure a lot of you know what's going on. It's the most stupidest, childish. I I thought it was YouTube, not the View, but
Move on.
yeah, there she goes, my little voice on my shoulder. Move on, move on. What are you going to do tomorrow when I go live and you ain't here?
I don't know.
Man.
Hope that Mooseman's in here.
Yeah, but I don't know. So, everyone, let's just look out for your people, make sure they're good. And understand, a lot of people are struggling, man. And just if you can come up with a side hustle to make that extra money to have a better quality of life, by all means do it. And be passionate about it. Put your heart into it. Work. Like this YouTube channel, man. I've worked. And I could move on. I mean, there's a million other things I could be doing. But I actually enjoy it. I enjoy the people, well, a lot of the people that I meet through YouTube. And the ones I don't, I just hit that magic button in here that makes them go away. As Christians, we all fail. The importance is that we have faith and try to prevail. Amen to that. Amen. Amen. Then I can't pronounce that. I had a heat stroke, if y'all wonder why I have pronunciation problems. But, baby, can you read this? It's a word out of the Bible. I'm just trying.
Oh. Is man, if I wasn't.
Well, when I brought it got your tongue tied. Anyway, that's awesome. Scripture, awesome. And then Grumpy.
That is why we saved by grace.
Amen. Amen to that. Yeah, I guess we've had, sort of like church tonight, really.
Yeah. Some scripture readings and
You've had some scripture readings and some church and talked about, trying to get some side hustles up. That's another thing too. Is you get successful in a side hustle, well, and people feel differently and people have different opinions. But me personally, I do believe in giving 10%, and it's not like, I do it differently than most, and maybe I do it the wrong way. I don't know. But, a lot of people, they give money to church and all, Church got light bills and everything, but my 10% goes to, a lot of my 10% goes to work and effort of helping the community out, helping the old veterans out that can't get out and do the yard work, just trying to keep them company when they're lonely, talking to them, call when they answer the phone when they call. I feel there's many ways to give your 10%, and that's just my opinion. Okay, that's really all I have is my opinion. I don't have the Bible in my hand. But if it says in the Bible, then I'm a yes man. 2 Timothy 4:5, but which thou in all things endure afflictions, do the work of the and I know what that word means. I just can't pronounce it. Kind of like pasture. Make full proof of thy ministry. And then most men, get thee behind me, Satan, and don't push. Amen. This has been a really good, this has been a really great life. And and you can, one thing you can count on, on any of my lives is me going off topic. So
Oh yeah.
there's no telling where these things end up with me. And I think that's part of it. That's I think that's another reason why a lot of people like my channel, is because I speak from the heart. I don't sit there and write a script and really contemplate what I'm going to say. I just say it. I just do it. I get out there and I forage, I fish, I hunt, such as uh, today. With the whole boat thing and the trailer hitch and all. It just, when that was all happening, I was like, man, what a blessing for both of us. For the guy with the boat and for me with the van. And I was just thinking, give a man a fish and he eats for a day, teach him how to fish, and he'll be able to feed himself. And those people that donated to get the hitch put on, uh, that was them, literally like helping us fish by having that donation that enables two broke country boy rednecks to go out and make some money fishing. And a lot of the people in the Bible were fishermen too. Wow. Wasn't a lot of them were fishermen. A lot
Apostles?
of, yeah.
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 And especially when Jesus told them that they weren't catching any fish, and Jesus told them to throw their cast nets on the other side of the boat, and then they could not even pull it up because it was so full of fish.
And that's right, Bob White. Fear the Lord and stay humble. Amen. So we've been going for a while, and I may come back live tonight, and catch a late night crowd. I don't know. My sleep thing tonight's not looking good. So if I cannot get me a little shut eye, then multiply a meal, we can feed many. Amen. Amen to that. And so if I cannot get my eyes to stay. All right, thank you, Aaron Scott. If I can't get myself to go to sleep, then I'll come back on here and do some more live talking. Yeah, I have to change the studio lights. Yeah, I got to change the Ryobis out. Yeah, we're a high production. We're a high dollar production here. We're just old country folk, man. Just swinging for the fence, man. So with that, I appreciate you all being here, and please subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much for the wonderful conversation. Yeah, I got to change the battery. Yeah, that's what I got to do. I got to change the battery. Got to charge up the battery. That's the price of living the way we do, but I enjoy it. I enjoy the freedom. So uh, with that, it's the All American Prepper. Stay ready. Stay dangerous. Stay blessed. And have a good night. And now, I got to switch gears, and I know I'm not going to sleep. And what I view as threats.
Okay.
I will be on guard. And I wish I could change that way of thinking that, oh, it's nothing. It's just, but no, I take stuff literally. So I watch my back. All right. So with that, hang in there. It's y'all American Prepper. Have a blessed evening. I love you all.
Don't forget